Welcome back to my channel, Easy English with AD. Last time we talked about adjectives and adverbs. Please check it out. And today we're still going to talk about adverbs, and that will be the adverbs of frequency. Now let's have a quick recap. What is an adverb? Adverb means it describes or modifies a verb, an adjective, other adverbs, and a whole sentence. Now what about frequency? It means it's the number of times something happens in a particular period. Now, we have lots of adverbs of frequency, but I only have 6 here because this is easy to remember. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click or put a color inside the box for us to know when to use this specific word. Okay, now let's start with always. Always means every time or all the time. Now, let's put some dots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Easy, right? What about usually? Usually means most often happens. That's why, as you can see, often is below usually. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. What about often? It means many times. Many times. 1, 2, and 3. What about sometimes? It's not many times. Okay, so it's just sometimes. Okay, so we have 1, 2. Now, what about seldom? It means rarely or almost never. Okay, now what about never? Nada, nothing. Okay, there you go. So let's have some examples, okay, so that we can understand more. Okay, so we have the first one, always. Let me give you one. Oh, here. I always sleep late. Well, this is a fact. I sleep at around 3 to 4 a.m. Okay, now what about another one? She always cooks for her family. Definitely she's a mother. Always cooks for her family. Okay, now what's the second one? If you can remember, we have usually. Perfect. Okay, now examples for usually. We have here, my dad. My dad usually gets home at 6 o'clock. Okay, what else? Tim and Kyle usually have a sandwich for lunch. Easy, right? Okay, now what about the third one? We have often. Awesome. Okay, so for often, let's have some examples. Oh, let me ask you this. How often do you clean your room? 3 times a week? How often? Okay, what about this one? She was often late for, let's say, class. Okay, she was often late for class. But it's a good thing that it's past tense because that means she's not late anymore. Okay, it's not a good habit. Okay, the next one. We have sometimes. Okay, or on some occasions. Okay, let's have some examples. Sometimes it's best not to say anything or not to say a word to be safe. Okay, now we also have I sometimes have an apple for dinner. Oops, easy, right? Okay, now what is after sometimes? What's the next one? We have, what is it? Seldom. There you go. Or we call it rarely, in other words. Now, seldom we have, she seldom drives her car Why did I put drivers? Oh my goodness. Okay, she seldom drives her car into the city. What is happening to me? Into the city. Maybe because of the traffic jam? Could be. Okay. Now, I seldom go to the cinema. Oh, this is really me. It's not my cup of tea. Okay. Now, what's the last one? We have never. Okay. So let's have some examples. Never. We have I have never been to New Zealand, but I hope one day. Okay, I've never been. Oh, I forgot the been. I've never been to New Zealand. Okay, there you go. What about the next one? Oh, violence. There's really something wrong with my fingers now. Okay, violence never solve anything. It's true. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you learned something today. Now, if you want to learn more, please don't forget to check the description box below. You can just message me. And don't forget to click subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you next time.